Welcome back to Plants Not Plastic. I'm Nikita, and today I'm going to show you how to make chickpea cookie dough bites that are delicious, inexpensive, simple, healthy, whole food, plant-based, pretty low fat, and oil-free. Before we get started, if you're not already subscribed and you like this video, click the subscribe button and the bell so you can get notifications when I upload a new video. I release new content weekly, would love to have you stick around, and appreciate the support. I'll say up front that if you're looking to lose weight on a plant-based diet, these are not going to be a top recommendation for me. They're way less calories than eating actual cookie dough. They'll be more filling, have more fiber, more vitamins and minerals, and be all around better for you, but they're not a calorie-dilute, high-volume weight loss food. You can think of them more like a trail mix bite or a replacement for a cake pop. They're a high-calorie food that travels well, tastes great, and is a healthier alternative. That said, you can make them less calorie dense, so if I haven't lost you yet, hang tight. And as mentioned, you can make them less sweet and more like a trail mix, or sweeter and more like a cookie dough or cake pop. They take just a few minutes to throw together and are a bake-free snack or sweet that can be eaten right away or stored to enjoy throughout the week. So here's everything you'll need to make this recipe. I'll also leave everything in the description box below, along with a link to the blog post with a printable recipe card. You'll start by making yourself oat flour from rolled oats if you haven't already, and then blend up the chickpeas with water to make a paste. These are your only two big steps, and all you've got to do is combine everything in a mixing bowl and roll them out. If you're using cocoa powder, I would suggest mixing it with the dry ingredients separately before adding it to the wet so that everything is evenly incorporated. I start with my wet ingredients: the chickpeas in water, vanilla extract, and optional brown sugar and almond butter. Mixing these together first, make sure you don't end up with any clumps once you add the dry ingredients and any toppings. From here, the ratio of rolled oats versus oat flour is really up to you, depending on how much texture you want the balls to have. You just want to add enough to get the batter to a point where it's dry enough to stick to itself, making a large ball rather than sticking to the bowl. When it comes to toppings, vegan chocolate chips are going to be the best option for a straight cookie dough, where nuts and dried fruit are going to be a great option for a trail mix style bite. For mine, I'm adding a little bit of everything. The additions of almond butter, nuts, chocolate, dried fruit, and even sugar are all very optional for these, and while they do add some additional texture, richness, and sweetness, they are going to be what make these little things more calorie dense. So again, if you're aiming for a low-cal, low-fat food, you're going to want to stick with the basics and leave all these out. Fold in any toppings though, mix them evenly into the batter, and we're ready to roll out our balls. Size is up to you here. I like to do 2 tablespoons per ball, which gets me about 12 bites. And that's going to be it. They're ready to eat. I've enjoyed these as a grab-and-go option for breakfast, as a pick-me-up snack in the middle of the day, or even as a dessert depending on how I've made them. They're great eaten right away, can be eaten cold out of the fridge, or even nuked for 40 seconds to melt the chocolate chips if I've added them as a topping. They're one of the easiest and quickest recipes I've come up with so far, and a great pre-make option to have around all week, if you don't eat them all in one sitting. For how they stack up against an alternative, you can check out the full nutrition label on the blog that links out to Chronometer. This recipe, though, is the same as all my others. When comparing it to a non-vegan or processed vegan option without specialty items or animal products, it's going to cost you less to make. With plant-based ingredients, it'll have more fiber, and without oil or butter, you get to eat more of them for the same number of calories. So that's it for today's recipe. If you try it out, let me know in the comments. You can also subscribe to my blog for recipes right to your inbox, and connect with me on social media for day-to-day content. Also, feel free to comment if there's a recipe that you'd like me to make. I'm always looking for new inspiration and would love to make something that you suggest. And don't forget to subscribe, click the bell, give this video a thumbs up, and come back next time. Bye!